Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. There we go. We are live. Happy Sunday. It is Coach Lee, your productivity and accountability coach, here for another Sunday of You've Guessed It, the Success Started series. Y'all know we go live each and every Sunday as we kick off the week, because in kicking off the week, we're here to help you set your week up for success, because in doing the work to set your week up for success, you're ultimately doing the work to set your life up for success. And it's in the month of March, going into April and into Q2, we got to make sure that we're doing that. And so today we're talking about fix your schedule, reset your week. And so let's look at and talk about and address some of those scheduling issues that you might be having to help you to get ready not only for this week, but this month and this quarter. Yesterday, I hosted a masterclass, Master Your Mornings Masterclass, and it was all about helping you to create a morning routine that works for you. And so coming off the heels of that and coming off of some of the questions that were asked in there, some of the people like, I need to get like not only a morning routine, but an afternoon routine, an evening routine. If you need all three of those routines, you need a schedule. So let's fix your schedule. Let's tweak your schedule. Let's adjust your schedule to make it work for you. And so if you feel like your schedule is a mess, if you're overwhelmed by any given day, but especially a new week and a Monday, we need to fix that. And so what I'm hoping to do today is to be able to help you to fix that, to address some of those issues, to look at, think about, talk through some of those big struggle issues that you might be having, and instead to create a simple Sunday reset to help you to prepare for your week, and so that you can start the week feeling calm, feeling organized, feeling prepared instead of stressed out, overwhelmed, and all around chaotic. Because y'all know, as your productivity and accountability coach, I'm all about empowering you to find that hidden time in your day. Time that you can use to pour back into yourself as you pursue your goals, your purpose, and your life passions. Essentially, I'm here to help you to create simple, sustainable routines that will actually work for you without the stress, without the overwhelm, without having to neglect and let go of your current responsibilities, but being able to do it in a more structured and settled way. Let's go with that. So let's dive in and let's get talking. Tell me or think about, what is the one routine that if you had, it could help you to set yourself up for success? And I know y'all might be thinking, well, she did that masterclass yesterday. She gonna say a morning routine. I love a good morning routine. But if we're talking about the one routine overall, not a specific day-to-day routine, planning. Yeah, what do I tell y'all every week to do? Do your brain dump, make a to-do list, update your calendar. What is that? That's me helping you, telling you to create a reset routine to prepare for the week. I literally tell y'all every week to do it. That's the Sunday reset. And so we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk through it using none other than the Lee method. Look, examine, and execute, to help you to be able to walk away, to create, implement, and hopefully walk away with this simple Sunday reset that you can use to set your week up for success. And if you're not of the philosophy that the new week starts on Sunday, if you believe it starts on Monday, Tuesday because of your work schedule, whatever the case may be, you can still utilize this to plan and prepare for your week, whatever day of the week that is. And honestly, if you need to use it in the middle of the week because things are discombobulated, you just got off of vacation, you just finished traveling, you're just about to go do those things, use it. It's a reset. So whenever you feel like you need a reset, reset. So let's talk about, what is it that often keeps you stuck as you come into the week, or as you're thinking about your week as a whole, or even your schedule? Like, where is the struggle? Is it overwhelm? Is it too much on it? Is it the lack of consistency or the inability to stay consistent? Is it feeling like you're always behind, or that you never have time for yourself? What is it that's keeping you stuck in your current schedule to where you feel like this isn't sustainable? I can't do this. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not even sure how to fix it. To be clear, we're talking about the L in the Lee method. We're looking at the current reality of your schedule. Where are the issues? Because once you can identify those issues, you can then, y'all know, examine them to figure out, why is this the case? Because if we can identify the what are the issues, we can identify why are they the issues, so that we can then do that execution phase, move on to the third E, that execution phase. And so in looking at your schedule and identifying where are the issues, where are the holes, where are the problems, you can then work on creating that solution to it. Because if we, I love to talk about starting with the end in mind, starting with that end goal, and then reverse engineering. And in order to do that, you have to look and really examine to figure out what and why that is the case so that you can, in fact, reverse engineer and move on to the next thing. And so when you look at it, you really start thinking about, like, what is this Sunday reset? It also follows the Lean method. The 3 parts of the Sunday reset are reflect, plan, and prepare. Yeah. So let's look at reflecting. So reflecting is where you're looking back over that past week to figure out what worked, what didn't work, how did things go, was it a good week, or was it a bad week? Why was it a good week? Why was it not a bad week? Why? Look back to figure out how was the week, what worked, what didn't work, what did you get accomplished, what's left undone from last week, so that as we're planning this week, if we need to put those things on this week, we can put those things on this week. So let's reflect and look back over that past week. And then once you spend some time doing that, that's also where brainstorming can come into play. You're going to start planning. And this is really, really where the brainstorming and the to-do list aspect come into play, because y'all know we do the brain dump first to turn it into a to-do list. But after we look back and we do that reflection, we're now ready to plan. And that planning is part of that execution phase. It's where we're taking that brain dump, or creating the brain dump if you didn't do it with the reflection aspect. It's where you're doing that brain dump and making a to-do list based off of it. Because if you can understand what worked and what didn't work, as well as what is your capacity for this week, what things from last week had to roll over to this week, what things do you need to get done this week, you can start planning and preparing to identify what are your top priorities for this week. Next level is creating and understanding the top priorities for the day, but I suggest you do that on a day-to-day basis because life be lifing. But if we take that time to look and reflect on the past week, we're then able to examine what it is that needs to be the priority in this week. Because if you look back, you understand what worked, what didn't work, what did you get done, what's left undone. You're then able to examine what it is that you need to get done this week. What's on the calendar? What's my capacity? What rolled over from last week that needs to get done this week? What are the things that I'm thinking of that I need to get done? This is where that brain dump and that to-do list are going to start merging together for you to be able to create that those priorities and that top game plan. Because ultimately, you want to be able to have something that you can execute. And that's where preparation comes into play. And when you start preparing, you're really taking all of these pieces, because we know the Lean method builds on top of each other. You're taking that reflection, you're taking that brain dumping, you're taking that to-do list, you're taking those things that you came up with and you're starting to put them together. And so as you start planning and preparing, this is where you're starting to figure out, what am I going to do this week? We understand the things that need to get done. We understand the things that we want to get done. But we now have to prepare. We have to create that game plan so that we can go execute it. This is where, in understanding your capacity and understanding your priorities and understanding your to-do list and understanding what it is you need to do, where it is you need to be, you can start actually preparing. I don't do all of this on Sunday, but for me, because I've created a routine and put it over time. And maybe when you start doing a Sunday reset, you'll start planning these things out first throughout the week. But maybe this is where you're starting to do your grocery shopping, do your meal planning, or taking the food and making your meals for the week. Maybe this is where you start laying out your clothes. Maybe this is where you identify what workouts we getting done. What workouts are we doing? Maybe this is where you do some decluttering and clean up like your workspace to come into the week freshly and clean. A lot of this I typically do on Saturday, because Sunday for me is the week has started, so I'm refreshing and finishing out any last minute prep that I didn't do on Sunday. But that's how I've created my schedule to be and what works best for me. But maybe for you, Sunday is that day, and for a lot of people it is Sunday. So whatever works for you. But ultimately, I still have a reset on Sunday, because either way, I'm still looking to see what did I get accomplished over the weekend, or what's left to be done, so that I can put it into play. So like when I do my brain dump, I'm brain dumping for Saturday and Sunday, knowing that whatever doesn't get finished Saturday can roll on over to Sunday. And then if there are things from Sunday that have to get done, where am I spreading that out throughout the week? So when it comes to fixing your schedule, when it comes to resetting, you have to do the work. You have to look, examine, and execute. You have to do that reflection. You have to start planning to examine what's going on, and then you have to start preparing through that execution phase. And so once you look at it, and once you really think about what are the struggles that you have with your schedule, and how can you go about creating and adapting a schedule that ain't a mess, that doesn't make you dread or have the case of the Mondays or any other day of the week for that matter. You want to make sure that you're putting you forth first, I should say, instead of fourth, putting you first on that to-do list and on that schedule and on that plan that you're making. You should be having time for self-care. You should be having time for you in your schedule, because as we go through life, as we show up, as we do all the things, where are you putting you and where are you pouring into you to prevent and keep you from being burnt out? So ultimately, you have to decide and you have to identify, how am I going to reset myself each week to put myself in that position to really win and to be the best version of myself that I can be for this week. Because depending on your capacity, the best version of yourself this week might not be the version of you that showed up last week. It might not be the version of you that shows up next week. And so that's why it's important each week to take time to reset, so that you can look back, to look forward, to plan and prepare based off what's the facts, the actuality of what's going on. And now it's your turn. It's your turn to take on, if you want to call it a challenge, take on the challenge, take on the task of creating, implementing, and doing your Sunday reset. I hope this helped. I hope this is something that you're able to implement. But if you're listening to this, watching the replay, whatever the case may be, and you like, I get that I need a reset. I just need an overall life reset at this point, because this month, this quarter, this year so far, I don't want to continue that same pattern going forward and what's to come. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. Let's look at it. Let's talk about your own personalized schedule. Getting that attention, that help, that support that you need to help you to create and build a personalized schedule that works for you. You need to book your personalized productivity audit, your free 20-minute call, so we can get you scheduled for a productivity strategy session. If you want to go straight to the strategy session, do so. Go for it. If you need more additional support, if you need more support than just a schedule, one-on-one coaching might be best for you. If you're not sure which of them you need, that's where the personalized productivity audit comes into play. We can figure out and talk about what is the biggest struggle, what is the end goal, what's the game plan you're looking to create to figure out which of those two is best for you. At a minimum, you need the productivity strategy session, because you need to have a schedule that's going to support you as you go through the day, as you go through the week, as you go through life. But you might need that additional hand-holding or that additional support and that accountability of implementing that schedule and making sure that schedule works, that it sticks, and that it's something that is sustainable for you. But no matter what, you need a reset. You need to do a weekly reset to plan and prepare yourself for what's to come in the upcoming week. How are you doing that? How are you going to do that? You need to create and have a Sunday reset routine. Maybe it's a weekend reset routine, but since it's Sunday, we're talking Sunday reset routine. If you haven't done any planning or preparation for the week, this is your reminder to do so. To look back over that past week, to examine what it was that worked, what didn't work, to examine what it is that you need to do and you need to get done this week, and to start preparing so that you can actually execute and get those things done. It's up to you. It's on you to do for you what you need to do. It's been Coach Lee, your productivity and accountability coach, here for another Sunday of, you've guessed it, the Success Starter series. We're talking Sunday reset routine. Let's fix your schedule with a reset. If you need help, if you need support, if you need accountability with that, let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Let's help you to create your Sunday reset, your weekly reset, your own schedule. You can drop reset in the chat or head to the link in bio, or just send me a DM. Let's have a conversation. Let's figure out what it is that you need, if I can support you, how I can support you, and let's go from there. We're walking into a new month and a new quarter. We can't keep having the same issues we've been having. It's time to make some change. All right? So until next time, it'll be new week, new quarter, new month, new topic. Stay tuned. Until next time, Coach Lee is out.